Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. Just double checking the make sure. Yeah, I've got the right microphone. Okay, awesome. Where's my blankie? Oh, there's my blankie. There it is. Let's try to cut down on some of the noise. But thank you so much for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your questions out of the chat. Just leave your political questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we have got a fantastic community, and you make this possible for me to be here. And you've been so kind to each other, so kind to me. I thank you, including everybody watching on replay. Thank you. If you are watching on replay, all the questions are listed in the description box below. They always are, except on all the regular live streams. If there's like a pop-up thing where there's something going on, yeah, but all the other, let's see, we're getting up near 2,300 videos on this channel. So that's a whole lot of time stamping. So it makes it easier to also to search and find stuff. All right. Well, yeah, so all the questions are in the description box. You can choose what you'd like, or you can watch back on like a higher speed. So hello. I was a few minutes late today, simply because this was not happening without some Earl Grey. Just not, no. Nope. Yeah. So, all right, and it feels like a Housewives Tarot kind of day. All right, and we have the rack. So let's do this. Oh, look, it's lard for brains. There he is. Okay. Deb hopes that a friend told me his buddy who gets monthly checks in the VA got his February check for $4. I will assume he doesn't normally get $4. So, all right. Yes, Burn, Faded Tower of Jello. Oh, thank you, Claude. You deserve Earl Grey tea. Thank you. Visualize 70 says, what about Lord Sandwich? What? Oh, Earl Grey and Lord Sandwich. I don't actually have any bread right now, so it's gonna be more Lord Spaghetti for dinner. All right. So let's jump in. Oops. Yeah. All right. Guess what stupid things have happened today or overnight? Oh boy. All right. So some of this we had heard about, but let's see, at 3 minutes 40 seconds in. Oh, thank you, Claude. Gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. And also thank you to my patrons. Oh my gosh. You really came through, and really yeah, like a lot of readers, that channel's just been hammered and patron really helped. Thank you. So thank you, everybody. All right. Oh boy. It seems that the announcement that the U.S. was taking over Gaza, or was going to have Gaza, or whatever he said. Own Gaza? It sounded like own Gaza, I remember. Whatever. That announcement was a surprise to everyone, even Netanyahu, who was standing next to him. Trump did not let anyone know of this idea beforehand. While his hubris has gone unchecked in the past, will this perhaps be a step too far for BiBi, Netanyahu? Quote, it wasn't only the Americans who were scrambling. The announcement came as just as much of a surprise to Mr. Felon's Israeli visitors. Soon before they walked out for their joint news conference on Tuesday, Mr. Felon surprised Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu by telling him he planned to announce the Gaza ownership idea, according to two people briefed on their interactions. Well, good. If I've made you laugh, then I've done something good today. That makes me happy. Caroline says the Crown Prince was surprised as well. Yeah. So, it feels a lot like surprise. Somebody's mouth making promises that the rest of them can't go forward with. Of course, there are a lot of... Look, because of what the Supreme Court said, because the felon got back into office and what the Supreme Court has said, the man is a walking id. He does whatever he wants, whatever passes through his lard-ridden brain. He doesn't have to have impulse control. He does anything he wants, anytime he wants. And that's only because so many people have enabled this jerk for decades. So he says, look what we're going to do. And it's like, how would you do that? But world, and star in the middle, because that's how he sees himself. When in reality, he's not in a position to do that. Certainly not unilaterally. And adding insult to injury, I mean, saying it was awful enough. But these cards are really weak. This is how he sees himself, that he is all that. All that. But the reality is, even with the people who are constantly enabling him, yeah, I don't think he's going to find this quite as easy as just going out there and running his mouth. So, well, that's the problem with getting rid of him. Vance would not be an improvement. Seriously. Shady Vance has mommy issues like Oedipus would have been like, dude. Vance despises women. Despises women. Just listen to him. It would not think, and Vance would continue listening to the Heritage Foundation. So, and we've got a question here later on Vought. Russel Vought, that's his name. Who's the head of the Heritage Foundation. Anyway. CJ Brooks is saying, I heard he listens to Usha. Well, maybe. You know, it's you know, The Handmaid's Tale. I didn't watch it, but I know the storyline. The wife of the worst man in charge, and how she thinks she's the exception, She helped draft the rules against women's rights, but she assumed they didn't apply to her. That she was somehow better or above that. Serena Joy. Thank you, Warrior Witch. Yeah. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah, I couldn't watch the series either, but yeah, I know. I've seen video summaries and this kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a little with Usha. There's a little hint of Serena Joy there in the sense of you're just going to go along with this, really? Okay. Anyway, so but we are asking about Gaza, Trump, Gaza, Five of Pentacles, all of those people displaced. Also with the felon and his ilk gutting the government. They're trying to free up money, but they're trying to free up money to give bigger tax cuts to the ultra wealthy and corporations who frankly aren't paying taxes anyway. But you'd need Congress to be able to use the military. But he's a fool, so he runs his mouth. Okay. He doesn't care about anyone. He doesn't care who he's hurting. Anyone who's not... So many people he thinks are beneath him, and we know that he thinks that some people are subhuman. That's what the felon believes. Confusion, government, and this is just part of the chaos that's going on. So, unless he actually does something, so far, Speaker Mikey, the heretic, who thinks God talks to him, I told him, no, you will be Moses. Please. How arrogant can you be? He's just falling in line. So, but we'll see. All right. So, at 13 minutes in, and so far it's talk, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. But so far it's talk. Well, I'm sure we'll come back to this. But for the moment, let us start on Newsweek. Newsweek is reporting that the felon has directed the GSA to sell off half of the government land and buildings it manages. Now, this isn't, my understanding is this isn't, Yellowstone Park. This is government buildings. How will this work with the order for all employees to come back to work in person? This whole thing is chaos. Come back to work. Oh, that building's been sold. Oh, well, I guess you don't need your job. I mean, it's just chaos. And they're using the chaos to get away with stuff they wouldn't otherwise. And yes, please never forget this man has Uranus conjunct his sun. Uranus is the planet of bolts out of the blue, rebellion, revolution. On the nice side, there's also humanitarianism and technology, but no, he does the low vibration side, which is shock, chaos, everything unexpected, can't get your footing beneath you, and it's conjunct his sun, his sense of self. So what's going to happen with the directing the GSA to sell off half of government land and buildings? They can cut away at it. I mean, they have a lot, and he's sent out this directive, and they can add some, they can trim around here, there, and wherever. Thing is, though, that's going to take time. And some of this stuff was funded by congressional appropriations. There's going to be a point at which, yes, Speaker Mikey's been rolling over, and yes, the Republicans control both the House and the Senate. Thanks, MAGA. But there's a point where there are Republicans in purple districts that are going to be like, Thank you, I'm Kelpie. I think there's some problems here. Eight of Cups. There's some effort there. Go do this incredibly complicated thing, because I feel like it with no direction, or just do it as ineptly and chaotically and cruelly as you can. Okay, bye. There's large for brains. Here, make this work. And big old judgment. Yeah. So once again, there's a whole lot of talking going on. There's a whole lot of go do that. How exactly am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to? Which ones? Half of what? Oh, thank you, Kristen, for uncovering the news. Has some something from the Wall Street Journal that apparently maybe Trump administration preparing an executive order to fire thousands of federal health workers, including at the FDA and the CDC. Okay, lawsuits. Line them up. Just remember, there's that link to justsecurity.org. I've got it right here. So let me put the URL in the chat again. That lists all of the litigation so far of people standing up to Trump's executive orders and the like. So this is just a whole lot more. Let's look at it. At 18 minutes in, Wall Street Journal, Trump to sign EO to fire thousands of federal health workers. So how's that going to go? Plus, there are still, the reason they're trying to get people to voluntarily leave is because there are contracts. There are employment contracts. Sherry W., this is the Housewives Tarot. This is the Housewives. Okay. And there was something else here. Okay. This will weaken us. Yeah, we know that. This will weaken us. This will put us in danger. This is the country. We have the Justice card, the Three of Wands, Six of Cups, Page of Cups, big old DEATH card. basically the courts are going to push back against a lot of this stuff, but he's just waiting for his ship to come in. He's doing all this stuff again to be cruel and awful, and these idiots do not understand what these different parts of the government do. Yes, and of course, yes, Deb Hope, remember pointing out that, yes, during the bird flu epidemic, yeah, what could go wrong? The TB, there's a strain of TB going around that's quite virulent. Yeah, but sure. This is old-fashioned. This Page of Cups, this is medical people around the country trying to just help who they can. But there will be, this will cause huge problems, because even if you do take it to court, you drag it out, people can't live off of their savings long enough for the court issue to be resolved. He's done this his whole life, or most of his life. Raymond says, wear your mask. TB is highly contagious. Yes. Oh, yeah. So, but again, go look at that list of legal pushback, because there are judges standing up and saying no, and no right now. So that's good. That is good. So Carol had a question at 22 minutes in. Thank you for going through the news with me. It's awful to go through it alone. Black and orange, tarot and astrology, news with friends. Yes. So Carol was saying AG Pam Bondi. Oh boy. Will AG Pam Bondi follow through with charges on Muskrat and his minions for all of the damage they've done? Or will she cut them a break at her boss's bidding? Is this a real question? Really? I'll pull 3 cards, but really? This is not a good card when it comes to Trump and his ilk. This it's right there. It's not good. I'll just leave that alone for right now. I'll show you the 3 cards. We have the Fool, we have the Empress, and we've got the King of Pentacles, which is they do what they. Oh, Carol, I understand it. It's a real question, but they're gonna do. She's awful. She's not going to. She doesn't care about the rule of law. She cares about the rule of Trump, the rule of MAGA, the rule of. I don't fault anyone. I don't fault you or anybody for asking these questions, and I read on them. I'm so disgusted by these people. Anyway. All right. So Carol says, then what recourse do we have? We have limited. We make a list of what options we have, and it's Congress, it's the filibuster in the Senate, it's I don't know if they can not give the Republicans a quorum in the House. I don't know exactly how that works. There are a lot of this stuff is going to come down to individual states and individual judges. It's like, okay, well, but ideally, yeah, it would be great if they cared, if Pam Bondi or anyone at the DOJ under Trump cared about the law, but they don't. And if you try to point that out to them, they're only being political, they would think you were naive. It's always political. No, it's not, but they don't see it that way. Oh, really? Burn says Pam Bondi's a Scientologist. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, good. I agree, Carol. I know their senators have been doing everything they can possibly do, but it would be nice to have a little hope. No, well, we have hope. We do. But it's... Anyway, okay. Your next question here, at 26 minutes in, you were asking... I read that Muskrat's little minions have done some previous work for him that may have allegedly had something to do with computer programming, maybe responsible for flipping a ballot or two. Will any of Muskrat's minions roll over on him when they face charges for tampering with various servers? I don't know that they're going to. Let's look at the Muskrats. Yeah, I don't think I want to hang out with these guys. Foof. Gosh, what makes you say that? Card for the reading, devil. Reading. King of Pentacles, conservative men. Big old death card. Five of Wands, trying to stir stuff up on the right. Wheel of Fortune, big changes. With the Chariot, big changes. Oh, poor Alfie. Oh, sweetness. He wants to play. That's what he's doing. No, they're just to cause chaos. That's what they're there to do. Dave is saying maybe if they're charged, they'll flip, but it would have to be a solid case. Yeah. And again, anyone who thinks I'm knocking you, I'm not. These people are reprehensible. Hardly covers it. Oh, that's a point, Raymond. Pam Bondi's in two cults at the same time. The double cult. Oh, goody. Carol says, and so they're above the law for now. Yeah, I can't change these things. I'm not. I'm reading on the collective energy. I'm looking at the situation. I wish I had better things to tell you, but I can't. I can't cast a spell to make it different. Claude said you predicted that it would be chaotic. However, you couldn't predict that it would be so fast. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Okay. Carol, I love that. Serves her right. Double the cult, double the fun. That's awesome. Princess, zap him with your wand, Autumn. Ah. Bippity bop. Bippity boppity boo. All right. So Jody had a question at 29:30. Norm Eisen's, is that an I? Yes. Norm Eisen's Democracy Defender Group has filed a suit against Musk for the invasion of the Treasury. Will they succeed? File suit against Musk. Muck. Yes, Muck. I'm going to start calling him Muck. Democracy Defender Group has filed suit against Muck for the invasion of the Treasury. A lot of the damage has already been done. We got a death card and a moon card. That's just a lot of chaos. Adding insult to injury, what they did. Magician, bless Democracy Defender for putting this together, using what the resources they have. But Queen of Pentacles, it's like, that's nice, dear. It's kind of some of this is, they're already in. They already did what they did. So I do hope they can get these people out, but they've already been in there to some and done some mess. Okay. At 3120, an executive order created a new sovereign wealth fund. Yeah, I heard about this. That the felon is touting could be used to buy TikTok. Not only would that give the government control over what could be done on the app, but the US doesn't have the money for such a deal. The internet is incensed. Will this be a thing? But is this... I had heard about this. Did anyone say... Have you seen anything about... Has it actually moved forward? Has he actually signed the thing? Sassy Cat says, come on, let's see the kitty. Kitties make us happy. I know. Second. See if he comes. Sovereign Wealth Fund. Oh, well, 3 cards at the end. And he's just meowing. I might have to go get him. I've tried calling to him. Sovereign Wealth Fund. Why? Okay, Sovereign Wealth Fund. But and says something about no debt to be... Wait, what was that? No debt to be able to do the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Actually, that's Alfie who's crying. No, it's Alfie. Alfie's crying. Boo Boo's over here bathing under the blanket. This is a day late and a dollar short. So, sorry, love Tulu. Chariot, it's a big idea, I guess, but Page of Swords, I don't know that he's got that he can actually do this. It's very weak here. 9 of Cups. Well, that is a whole lot of stuff. Oh, getting some water. 7 of Pentacles. And then I've got 3 cards that jumped out at the end. So that's a whole lot of pushback in different directions. So this is a partnership where Democrats are pulling together. This is big changes, trying to fight against Trump stuff. I've got a 7 Pentacles, which is like fruits of labor, but this has more to do with the country. Merchants, fruits of labor, this kind of stuff. It doesn't... A sovereign wealth fund would be a big old Ace of Pentacles. Fran says he did sign it. Close that, close that, close that. Trump signs, 2 days ago, Trump signs order for sovereign wealth fund, and the internet is angry. Trump's sovereign wealth fund sparks online backlash over funding and politics. Heather Long was pointing out, U.S. sovereign wealth fund is a gimmick. We don't have the money to fund this. It's not going to be very big or influential. There's a real danger it'll be used as a Trump slush fund. Duh. He's the bad guy. Duh. Lastly, there's so many other priorities for whatever money is used to fund this. Yep. It's used in countries who have a surplus budget in their budget, which we do not have. Good grief. According to the New York Times, the president signed a 3-paragraph executive order that commands the Treasury and Commerce Departments, that would be the 9 of Cups, with coming up with a plan on how a sovereign wealth fund would work in the U.S. Okay, and there's also talk that maybe that's something that Muck wanted to do by getting into the payment system. They're trying to move money into something like that. I don't know. Amy, yes. Oh, 3 whole paragraphs. Is he through the first paragraph yet? That was good. Yeah. Yeah, he's a fool. There's the tower where this is not a good idea. This is not a workable idea. 5 of Cups, disappointment, but his people blowing smoke up his girdle. It's the face of power, judgment. Will the Treasury put something together? Maybe. But so, all right. All right. So at 38:45, Acadian Proud had a question. This is a lot. Seriously, this is a lot. I know I'm getting, yeah, this is how I get. I'm just like, really? Is this really happening? But it is, and we're going to get through it, and we're going to get through it together. But it's a lot, and it's a lot to, I spend huge chunks of my morning going through news to find out as much information on all this stuff as I can. And then I do this with you. And then it's gotten to the point where I'm really trying to minimize how much news I look at for the rest of the day until the next morning, because it's a fire hose, and it will just burn through. Your brain only creates so many chemicals in a day for you to be able to use to sort through things and react to things and get stuff done. And he's just, what he's throwing out there, it's just a burn through all those chemicals to leave you as weak as possible. So Nettie says, are you getting a headache yet? No, actually, I don't. Thank heavens. I've had serious health issues in my life, but thank heavens for the ones I don't have. I know that sounds silly, but there are times I'm like, oh, I know I've had all of this pain or that pain or this broke down and that left me helpless for a while, but I don't get those. I don't get that. Yay. So, news is reporting that the felon is drafting a new executive order gutting the Department of Education and calling for the secretary to submit a proposal for dismantling the department and for Congress to end it. Will this happen? MSH Shipley says, just read the AP and Reuters headlines. Both have an app. Yes and no. But thank you. I'm okay. I'm okay, Chris Cole. Seriously, I'm okay. Thank you. How many times can this fool card come up for him? The Department of Education, most of educational stuff is actually state-based. But I guess he's on this purge, just obnoxious actions to try to, I don't know, save money or something. Four of Cups, not listening to any kind of decency. Knight of Cups. These are actual educators who know what they're doing, know what it takes. And there's big old judgment here. I'm getting some pushback. I'm getting some pushback here. But even if they got the Department of Education on paper, it's bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but I'm saying it doesn't end public education in our country, just so you know. So, yeah, Joyce Matthews says, as a former teacher, the Department of Education didn't affect our daily lives. Teachers know what to do. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, there you go. So, okay. Yeah, I'm not saying it's great. Please don't misunderstand me. But there's a list of priorities we have to have. Yeah, Warrior Witch, what about financial aid for college students and special ed? Yep, it's important. I'm just the messenger. And I do have an opinion that there is a fire hose of awfulness. There is a list of all the stuff they're doing and all the stuff they're destroying, and we have to prioritize. We have to prioritize what we get the most upset over. Yeah, Head Start. Yep, Laura, exactly. Nettie says all the teacher unions are standing up and filing suit. Please. Yep. Good Karma says, I'm a former teacher. The Department of Education runs student loans and FAFSA. Yeah. It's bad. It's very bad. All right. Julie Hoffman had a question at 45 minutes in. Thank you, Amy. Gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you for doing that, Amy. And thank everybody. Thank you all for being here. I know this is frustrating. I know that it would be easy to just stick your head in the sand. But maybe it's just my Scorpio nature, but I need to know. I need to have some idea what's going on. Especially what's going on back here, not just, a USA Today, and that's it. I need more information than that. Thank you, Amy. Anne says, we're forewarned. We can act and defend and protect. Yes. Cat Toy 16 says, but then they win. Oh, if you put your head in the sand? Yeah. And I'm starting to create some graphics for when different astrological things are going to hit this year. So you will be better forewarned on what to expect. So we will get through it. Bibo says, it's hard, but easier with this community to talk through it. Exactly. Sabine says, we have to link arms? Yes. And Design Media FX says, hang on, what was that? Design Media FX. Thank you for preparing us. There we go. Thank you. It's starting in March. Oh, yeah, there's all kind of stuff. Wow. Lisa says, great. I like visuals. Awesome. All right, 46, 45. What? Julie Hoffman had a question. The FBI is being dismantled by Muck and the felon. January 6 investigators will be listed and prosecuted. Who will protect the U.S. against imminent threats of terrorism? I know a lot of them have been fired. Will they be prosecuted? I don't know. But who will protect us against imminent threats and terrorism? That's important. Not that the other things aren't important, but let's look at that. Who's going to be protecting us from imminent threats and terrorism other than what the felon does? There are decisions being made on where resources are being spent. And chaos, that's the name of the game. That's what the felon does. Just Mr. Uranus. Mr. Chaos. Knight of Wands. Yep, getting his minions to be that awful. With all the chaos, budgets get messed up. People aren't where they should be. In some places you end up a day late and a dollar short. We may miss some things. And of course, you would never take responsibility. I have been pulling cards on the different on different potential things that could go wrong. And I have not been getting bad cards. It seems, from what I'm getting, it seems like our main problem is in Washington, D.C. Yes, Lisa, the orange mobster. Yeah. Yep. Russel Vought. I need to look up this guy's chart. I wonder if his chart's available anywhere. 4935. Russel Vought. John, spelled slightly differently, but John Vought. That's Angelina Jolie's father? Is it John? Something else. Anyway, he's super right wing. So Russel Vought, spelled Vought. He's the architect of Project 2025, and I believe he's the head of is he the head of the Heritage Foundation? I believe. Design Media FX. I'm more together because of you. I feel very prepared. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Makes a big difference. Thank you. Sabine says, yep. Okay. Russel Vought is the architect of Project 2025. Will he be stopped? What's going to happen to Russel Vought? Oh, Deb Hope says Vought is pronounced vote. Really? Russel Vought? John Vought is Jolie's father. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, cat toy. Thank you. Russell. Not much for right now. He's going to end up feeling a little stymied. He didn't used to be in a position to get all of his wish list, but this is his chance. Adding insult to injury, which is what he does. 9 of Cups. This is what we have. This is the Democrats, and this is what we still have in this country that they're not managing to take away. 8 of Pentacles here, but he's still this is him working. But he's disappointed. He can't knock it all over. We're disappointed that he's managing to knock some of it over. But this is just, these two forces are working against each other. This is not Major Arcana. That is the fact that he got as far as he has. But there's a lot of disappointment here, but at least it's Minor Arcana for what little that's worth. Chris Cole says he's also been given a cabinet position. And there's some breaking news about restraining orders. Did Russel Vought get a cabinet position? I didn't know that. I'll have to look it up. Well, Deb Hope says the head of OMB is not technically a cabinet position. Oh, okay. All right. So the breaking news is that Leon, Muck and the Muck would be Muck and the Muskrats. No, Muckrats. Yeah, Muck and the Muckrats. Let's do that. Has been banned from the Treasury until a hearing. On Friday, was it? Tomorrow? Warrior Witch says judge blocked the felon's exit plan for federal employees. Okay. Amy says Muck and his teenage Muckrats are banned from the Treasury. The Musk youth. Yes, Dave. Oh, is it? But is it until tomorrow? Or is it later on? Access to Treasury payments. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. 5345. Muck banned from Treasury payments by judge. Muck and stuff. I like that, Pemda. 7 days, I heard. Okay. Until hearing. 7 days, question mark. And not that I'm questioning your information. It's just like, it's all chaotic. Sassy Cat, what did the Democratic senators do? Hey, Sherry says Senate Democrats are 20 plus hours into a filibuster on vote now. Void. OMB, not a cabinet position, but it does require Senate confirmation. Oh, yay! Good. All right, but right now we're having a look at Muck and his ilk and his ick being banned from Treasury payments. Nettie says judge ordered them to release payments. About flipping time on that. Well, there's lard for brains. It's a card for the reading. Three of Pentacles. They had a plan. Waiting for their ship to come in. But 10 of Swords. Big pushback. It took us, there's a lot of fog here from the chaos, but in the end, decent people and Democrats pulling together. So it's going to depend what this blankety blank decides to do. Yes, Cat Toy, you mean concepts of a plan? Yes. See, going through the news with you, this is what makes it possible for me to do this every day. It's because you're here. So I'm going to circle back to Voight. 3 cards on his. Democrats are filibustering. Oh, they are right there in the way. I'm not getting anything beyond that, though. Again, this is just a part of the chaos, trying to break everybody down, wear everybody down, keep Democrats, everybody's heads on a swivel, take these awful actions, but they're the Democrats pulling together. But does that stop this jerk from getting into that position? Definitely working together. His position gets shakier and shakier. He's so powerful because of the Heritage Foundation. He is so powerful that they'd have to filibuster for a long time. This is a refusal. We're not going to listen to you. He wants to get in, cause immense chaos. His position gets weaker and weaker. Sherry W says the judge ordering them to release the money. So back to Muck and the Rats. The judge ordering them to release the money was scathing and spelled it out like they were 3-year-olds. The judge left no shades of gray in the order, but they still have not released the funds. Huh. All right, that was thinking about 2 different things at the same time, so that was not a good thing to pull cards on, because it was confusing. So, okay, so I want to look at the payment. 59. Okay, so at 1 hour, let's look at payments from the Treasury. Is this going to move forward? Will the payments move forward? Will Mark says they're starting to dump Tesla stock. Oh, I heard something the other day. It was from Sarah. It was something, she and her husband were talking to somebody, and I think her husband called called Musk a Nazi. And their friend replied a text, "He's not a Nazi. They knew how to make good cars." Anyway, I got a kick out of that. The payments, King of Swords. Yeah, get out of the way, Muck. Three of Cups, Two of Cups. Yeah, helping people. You know. Girls, I still have not received my Social Security. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, exactly, Burn. The swastikas. Yep. So, this is some higher wisdom. That's the country. They're trying to cut things, but there is some good energy here. I'm just not liking the Ace of Swords. That's a big, sharp implement. I'm hoping it's the sword of truth from judges. Let me get some clarification. That's pretty good. I just worry. I worry. Chat says, are payments being held back from certain states? Indiana here got mine on the 3rd. That's a possibility. I don't know. There are a lot of people who really are going to be in incredibly dire shape. But movement forward, that's the obnoxiousness of, well, I'm just getting, there's a whole lot of chaos. And in the end, I do get people getting their money for the time being. So Debsy says, California here got mine on the 3rd also. Okay, that's good. Sherry W says that judge was not playing with the way she wrote her order. She told him to release the money and ordered them back Friday for a status. So, okay, so tomorrow? Okay. Yeah. They're not done yet. This is not going to be resolved. This is not like, whew, okay, we're safe. Not yet. Not for a while. But do breathe. Do breathe. Do what you can. Evelyn says, I got mine on the 3rd. There we go. So, all right. I was going to stop there, but I feel like I should do a reading for us at 1:04. Message for us? Question mark. Let's have a look. Do consider coming to the short but quiet relaxation meditation before this live stream. Excuse me, over on the Stay Calm channel. Whew, it's a lifeline. And it's completely free. Isn't even monetized. Message for us. The most important card here is that one, the Four of Swords. Because other than that, here, let me show you. Card for the reading is tub of lard, him, whatever. He's a problem. Queen of Swords. So there are legislators, Democrats, judges, what have you, who are trying to fight the chaos, the moon here. In the center, this is just everything moving. And the chaos, with the moon in the chariot, you got a lot of movement, huge movement and churn. But you've got a Four of Swords here, which is quiet as a tomb, just quiet. And the Queen of Pentacles, which is whatever chaos the Republicans are going to continue to do. So what this is saying is, do not live in this energy. Do not live here. Visit. Keep an eye, just like, okay, I've checked in. But you can't, you're going to burn out. And you're gonna end up with health problems you wouldn't have had otherwise. Everybody's got a reason to be stressed, but that's kind of in life. Everybody's got a reason to be stressed. So don't live in this chaos. Visit, keep an eye on things, talk to other people so you're not, because people have ideas for, try this, try that. Mark says, observe, don't absorb. There's that too. And I know it's hard, but this is also a card of self-care. There are things that will affect you directly, but most of it, you don't need to be living and breathing it 24/7. What was that? Did I say my name? Laura says, heed your words. Don't live in it. Well, yeah, that's why I said I've been trying to be productive and organizing and doing stuff in the afternoon and the evening. But no, I'm still going to be here every day. So self-care, please, please. Denise says, agreed. Try a 5-minute impact and bunnies, puppies, and kitties. Yes. Sharon Rice says, she says, go do your home facial. Says, you too, my good woman. Okay. All right. So you're not alone. Please, please remember you're not alone. We are in this together. And there's just going to be, there's a storm brewing. I mean, not a storm brewing. It's storming outside, metaphorically. And it's a lot of wind and hot air and some lightning and definitely thunder. But in this metaphor, we still have to live our lives. So, and sometimes you just have to say, maybe sometimes the rain, sounds good on the roof, or beating down the roof or something like that. But I'm going to go make dinner. I'm going to go take care of the cats. I'm going to go have a hot shower, that kind of stuff. So, yep, it's just gonna, right now, there's a storm outside. Okay. We'll get through it. So hang in there. All right. It's 1:22 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. Although I might still be putting stuff away, but Sarah will absolutely be there, and I'll be there shortly. So other than that, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm here every day. Take care. Aw, Good Karma says, thank you for being our umbrella. Aw, thank you. Please ask Carol Langstaff if she's okay. Are you okay, Carol? I don't know. Lois, I like that. Peace, everyone. Amy says, thanks for staying so much later than usual. You're most welcome. Thank you for being here. And Jana loves the overlay. Okay. All right. Hang in there. And I'll see you later. All right. Take care.